Welcome back to the Punch channel. This is a first look at Battles in the East, the Stalingrad Relief. And that is I believe it's Operation Winter Storm, in English anyway, 9 to 28 December 1942. It was an attempt, particularly by 4th Panzer Army coming up from the south, to get through to the Stalingrad perimeter and reestablish supply with 6th Army. So this just arrived today in the mail, and let's have a look. So I am going to, I know a couple of things going on here. Right, okay, so nice plastic envelope, yay. Shipping info and other bits and pieces. Nice plug from Desert Fox Games. Oh, okay, they are a reseller. I see VUCA, GMT, 3W, Yakinto, Revolution is in the house, and a number of other things. I'm going to be taking a look at this. Very nice. Hey there, baby. We got a map. We've got a counter sheet. So this is a very nice looking counter sheet here. These are oversized counters. I will pull one of the counters. Here we go. Yep, same size. Nice oversized counters. I believe these are 5/8. I could be wrong. Maybe they're 9/16, but this is this green counter here is from another game, Battalion Combat Series game that I have up on the table at the moment, but it has the right size. So here we see Kirchner, Paulus, I see a lot of regiments, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to attempt to interpret much of this stuff, but yeah, 57th Panzer Corps right there. 4th Panzer Army elements. I got 16th Panzer, 23rd, 6th Panzer. We got some good stuff here. And a goodly number of Soviet Union units, which I'm not terribly familiar with. We've got some Romanians in the mix as well. And so we'll just see how that works. It is a two-sided, decidedly two-sided mix of counters. And they're just dying to come off the sprue. I have already started to punch it. Punch it, Chewy. All right. As you can see, very nicely laid out counters. I can't wait to get into this system. I've had my eye on Battles in the East. Oh, for almost a year now. I wanted to look for, this is regimental in nature, but there are battalions, and I was looking for operational games, Eastern Front, to have a basis of comparison with other games that I was much more familiar with. I wanted to see how the other half lived. Okay, we have the map. That's good. So map. Right, magazine. Operation Winter Storm. Okay, World at War magazine. Operation Winter Storm, number 107 for April and May of 2026. And as I sit here in sort of middle March, I'm very happy to have this. So let's take a look inside. Obviously it has primary articles on Operation Winter Storm, which of course is the rescue attempt at Stalingrad, the background on the game Stalingrad Relief, and it talks about Operation Crusader in North Africa, 1938 Wuhan campaign in China, and then Germany's War College, and there'll be a number of other things. So let's have a quickie look inside. We got some ads. I'm not going to go page by page. I'm going to flip through a bit. More ads. Good stuff. Let's see. Feedback. All right. Mail-in feedback form. I like it a lot. Let's see. Mega feedback survey. Very good stuff here. Right. Interspersed with ads, there's the observation post section, which has some shorter articles at the back. Looks like a goodly assortment of things. The other available magazines, spring subscription sale. That seems pretty good. $50 discount voucher for every new 1 or 2 year game edition or renewal of a 2-year game edition subscription. It's interesting. So this is my first copy of this magazine of World at War ever, either game edition or the magazine edition, which comes without the game. It's got the articles, of course. Fortunately, my favorite local bookstore carries the magazine edition, and I'm not always up for all the games, and we'll come back to that. So, yeah, great articles, and so on. Of course, Decision Games. Hey, look, Battles in the East. So it looks like we've got our rule book in here. Stalingrad Relief. Yeah, we got some rubber cement, so this thing will come right out. It's a little loose, but it made the trip. Pages R1 through R16, so 16-page rule book. And the back of the rule book has combat shift summary and sequence of play, so a 15-page rule book. And inside the rule book is an ad for Desert Fox Games. Very good, very good. So it's a 14-page rule book. And let's see, one designer's notes, optional rules, and here is the setup. Okay, good. It looks like setup, 18 setup, 1 game, 1 scenario. That's okay, that's all you need. All right, and let's see, table of contents, very nice. And looks like big Operation Winter Storm, some good art, great pictures, nice map, good context. Nice map, got some good context in there. Let's see what else. What ifs, situation across Europe. Again, more pictures. Okay, looking really, really good. So I will say, did I see that or did I imagine it? I did not. Yes. Yes, I creased my magazines. Battles in the East. So, I think I may have mentioned, if I didn't, I certainly wanted to, that until the end of March 31st of 2026, they have a limited time offer. You get any 2 volumes 15%, any 3 for 20% off, and all 4 volumes for 25% off. And let me tell you, the list price on these games, if I recall correctly, is $100 a piece. So 25% off means you go from $400 down to $300 if you buy all of them. It's interesting. Very interesting. So, yeah. And you'll be able to see this, by the way. You should have the same ad running in the magazine edition, I would think. All right. Great. We got a magazine, and it's a good magazine. Nice thick magazine. It's got the price on it, $54.99, which is that's what I paid plus shipping. And they ship I shipped via FedEx envelope, and it came very quickly. So let's all right, talk about the map here. Maximum zoom. Sorry, I'm on my work desk, and go over the elements of the map. So we're folded up. Map shows up this way. We've got the game turn, record track, supply effects chart. Very nice. Got some notes here. Moving further, terrain effects chart, combat results table, and with odds from 1 to 3 all the way to 10 to 1. Very nice. And engaged. Oh, engaged, that's like an exchange in other games. You take a mandatory step loss, remain in place. So below that, detriment to the attacker. Above that, generally benefit of the attacker. And the attacker is going to take losses all the way out to 10 to 1. Yep. Nice. Okay. Combat shift summary chart, rather small, and a terrain key. So good. Let's take a look at the map itself. I can get a half map showing up here. Very nice. Okay, this is the northern portion of the map. So this whole map is a standard 22 by 34, I believe. It's got a nice clean look to it. Over here you can see the Don River and some of the better watered parts of the Don River, so we have some vegetation there. Most of the rest of it is snow-covered steppe territory. You know, got a bit of rough here and there. In terms of just a nice clean look, very obvious what's going on here. You got your roads, you got your railroads, railroad lines and such. Out of bounds, right? Out of bounds area. But I'm looking at the map and I see a lot of names that I recognize from the reading. Obviously, you have the Don River, the Volga, you have Stalingrad. Up here, Beketovka, Karpovka, yep. Off towards, I think, the nose, as they call it. Then some of these other areas, Tinguda Station, Abganorovo, very nice, Aksay, and here's the river, the Aksay River. So that's good. Here is the Mishkova, which I think was, in some ways, it was close to the high water mark of the Stalingrad Relief effort when it went through. Let's get this thing unfolded and look at the south end. So I'm going to have to oddly fold the map, and it should stay together. This looks like fairly good paper. It's not too glossy. Got a little gloss to it, a little shine, but nothing bad. So coming down south, Kotelnikovo. So these are great. And this red dotted line here is the start line. It's the German start line for the offensive. And a very nice feature down here. In the lower right-hand corner, or the southeast corner of the map, there is a scale mark, 3.6 miles, as you can see, and also a compass direction pointing north. Nice and convenient, unobtrusive. They don't get in the way of things. And I really quite like that. Let's take a little look at some detail here. How about Abganorovo? Let's do a zoom here. Let's come on in. So here's Aksay, here's Abganorovo, and we'll zoom in and look at these nice markings here. You know, it adds a lot of character to it. You've got the rough terrain, right? You see these striation sort of markings? These are not, they're not defects in the printing. They're not ridges in the paper. They are actual sort of, they're baked into the map, and they give it a very nice quality. It gives you a feel. I don't know. Yeah, they are not, back out here, they are not terrain. Those ridges, in fact, let's come out a little bit more. So here we can see, so we've got the ridges here, here, here. This is just clear terrain. The ridges are, they add character to it, but they do not materially affect the game. That's okay. It's a very good looking game though. All right, so that's it. I've gotten into everything that I think I need to get into. So battles in the east, Stalingrad Relief, little zoom out there. Got my counters that are just raring to go here. And of course the magazine for Operation Winter Storm. So you get all this. It's really quite nice. Again, little plug for Desert Fox Games. Apparently they have a lot of games going on here. I flipped through this recent, pulled it out. I'm shooting this after an overnight pause. Lots of GMT titles. What is this? Is this Legion? I think LWG. There's no key here, but I would guess LWG, Legion War Games, maybe. Revolution Games, yep. Other company games, 3W, GMT, LWG, okay. Nice, and a lot of magazines and such, and the prices for some things that I know about. Oh, there you go. A North Africa 41, 65 bucks. Simonich title. That's not horrible. You know, it's in the realm of possibility there. So based on that highly scientific single data point and not comparing it with anything else. Oh, here's a Battle of the Bold Cellas. in Ziploc for 30 bucks. Seems decent. The Gettysburg and Shiloh the First Day titles at 100. I've seen those kind of prices. So yeah. Yep. Blind Sword Series games availability. So nice. And a whole bunch of magazines. So S&T Quarterly, Modern War. Looks like a lot of their... Do they have DG? They don't have Decision Games, but that's okay because Decision Games has, well, Decision Games. But they have so many of their magazines, including the With Games magazines, and it looks like a majority, well, many at least, of the issues are available. So great stuff. And of course, wow. Box Games, 85 bucks to ship to Australia and Pacific Rim. Interesting. That's interesting pricing there. Magazine shipping, $13 FedEx, which is fast, certainly. And Box Games FedEx Ground, 24. So their lowest price to go FedEx Ground is 24 to ship a game in the United States. Interesting pricing. Right. Okay. So with that digression, I'll bring this to a close, and I can't wait to get this on the table. Unfortunately, I have to wait to get this on the table because my next game is Stalingrad 42. So discipline. Must exercise discipline. But I think you ought to get this one. You won't be disappointed. If you've been curious about the battles in the East, if you've been curious about the battles in the East series, this represents a good opportunity to try it out at a slightly lower price point. List currently for any of these games is around $100 on the Decision Games website. It's not unreasonable. These are mounted maps. They're double-sided mounted maps. So you get two scenarios, two battles in each game. You flip the map over, you get the other battle. And they're mounted. That's nice. And that's going to push the price up a little bit. I think the price is reasonable given what you're getting. However, you can, instead of getting a current minimum list price with the sale of $75 for one of these games, you can go $55. You only get one game, and you know, no discount. And by the time you pay shipping, you're really going to be up closer to what, $65 maybe? But I think it's worth it. So I'm going to give this a try. Next year, they're coming out with the fifth game. It'll be Battles in the East #5, and I believe it's going to cover Kalach and Belyy. So Kalach will be part of Fall Blau in the drive towards Stalingrad, and Belyy will be part of Operation Mars in November of 1942. It will be the Western attack moving east by the Soviets on the Rzhev salient in the Army Group Center sector. And I played both of those battles in other games. Kalach I played in 2 other games, enjoyed it both times, and so I think those are going to be very worthwhile. All right, y'all take care. Like and subscribe as you will, and I'll see you down the road.